It all began long before the epic battle between Set and Horus. In the time when the gods walked the earth, Egypt was a land ruled by divine order, a balance between the forces of good and evil. The gods held power over everything: the earth, the sky, the river Nile, and the very hearts of humans. At the center of this divine world was Osiris, the god of life, death, and resurrection. Osiris was not only the ruler of Egypt, but also a beloved god known for his wisdom and fairness. Under his rule, Egypt flourished. But like all great stories, a shadow lurked in the background, waiting for the moment when it would consume everything. This shadow took the form of Set. Set, the god of chaos, darkness, and storms, had long been at odds with his brother Osiris. While Osiris embodied order, Set was the very personification of disorder. He was the embodiment of the desert, the unpredictable nature of storms, and the dangers that lurked in the unknown. But Set had a plan that would change the course of Egypt's history forever. Driven by jealousy and ambition, Set made a cunning move. He lured Osiris into a trap. One day, Set built a magnificent chest, perfectly crafted to fit Osiris's body. He invited Osiris to a feast, and when Osiris lay down in the chest, to admire its beauty, Set sealed him inside, trapping him. In an instant, Set cast the chest into the Nile, where it was carried away by the currents, eventually being washed ashore far from Egypt. But Set's treachery didn't end there. Not satisfied with just eliminating his brother, Set dismembered Osiris's body, scattering the pieces throughout the land. He believed this act would secure his reign, as he now stood uncontested for the throne. However, Set had underestimated Osiris's wife, Isis, and their son, Horus. In a desperate attempt to revive her husband, Isis searched the land for Osiris's body. For years, she scoured Egypt, enduring countless hardships until finally, she managed to find all the pieces of Osiris's dismembered form. With the help of her magic, Isis restored Osiris to life. Though Osiris could no longer rule the living, he became the god of the afterlife, presiding over the dead in the realm of the gods. Isis's victory, however, was bittersweet. With Osiris alive in the underworld, it was now up to Horus, their son, to take on Set and claim the throne that was rightfully his. Horus, a god born of vengeance and justice, grew up in the shadow of his father's death. His whole life was shaped by the knowledge that he would one day have to confront Set and avenge his father. The conflict between Horus and Set didn't begin with a single battle. It was a war of wills, a contest of power and spirit that would last for years. Both gods had their supporters, both mortal and divine. Horus had the backing of his mother, Isis, and the gods who valued order and justice. Set, on the other hand, had the loyalty of those who favored chaos and destruction. Their battles were more than just physical confrontations. They were epic struggles of divine forces that affected the world itself. Horus's first major trial came when he challenged Set for the throne of Egypt. The two gods met in a fierce battle by the Nile River, their divine powers clashing with the force of storms. Horus, in his falcon form, soared above the battlefield, while Set, embodying the desert storms, struck with fury. Their battle was relentless, neither giving an inch. Set transformed into a mighty hippopotamus, attempting to overwhelm Horus with sheer strength. But Horus, with his keen vision and sharp mind, managed to outmaneuver Set at every turn. The clash of their powers sent ripples through the heavens, and the gods took notice. The gods, who once revered Osiris, were now faced with a dilemma. Whom should they support? Should they support the rightful heir, Horus, or the cunning and powerful Set, who ruled through fear and chaos? The answer came in the form of a trial that would decide the fate of Egypt. The gods called for a divine assembly, and the stage was set for the ultimate showdown between Horus and Set. This trial wasn't about strength alone. It was a battle of intellect, wit, and divine power. Each god was tested, and the gods themselves became judges in this celestial contest. One of the trials was a test of strength. Set, known for his physical power, challenged Horus to a series of contests. The first was a wrestling match, and Set, being a god of strength, was confident in his victory. But Horus, clever and resourceful, used his agility and speed to outmaneuver Set. The match ended in a draw, leaving both gods frustrated and eager for the next contest. Then came the trial of magic. Set, the god of chaos, summoned fierce storms to ravage the land, hoping to show his superiority. Horus, however, summoned the power of the sun, using its divine energy to banish Set's storms and restore peace to the land. This was a critical turning point in the trial. The gods began to see Horus not just as the rightful king, but as the embodiment of balance, someone who could maintain order in the face of chaos. But Set wasn't one to give up easily. He used every trick at his disposal to outwit Horus. In one instance, Set invited Horus to a banquet, pretending to make peace. Yet, as the evening wore on, Set plotted to humiliate Horus. However, Horus, ever vigilant, turned the tables, revealing Set's schemes to the other gods and securing their support. The final trial came when the gods summoned the Nile River itself as a judge. The river, the lifeblood of Egypt, would determine the true king. Set and Horus were each given a task: to build a great ship that would sail the Nile. Set, ever the trickster, used dark magic to try and sabotage Horus's efforts. But Horus, with his wisdom and determination, constructed a magnificent vessel. The trial was nearing its end, and the gods could no longer ignore the growing tension. Both gods were powerful, but it was clear that Horus, with his patience, wisdom, and loyalty to the people of Egypt, was the true heir to the throne. Set, unable to bear the defeat, made one final attempt to defeat Horus. The final battle between Horus and Set was fought under a blazing sky. The sun itself seemed to watch as the two gods collided in an earth-shattering clash. Horus, with his divine strength and the eye of Horus glowing with immense power, fought with all his might. Set, the god of chaos, fought fiercely, using every weapon at his disposal. In the end, Horus emerged victorious. Set was cast out into the barren desert, never to rule again. The gods declared Horus the rightful king of Egypt, and order was restored. Horus, now the ruler of both the living and the divine, vowed to protect Egypt from the forces of chaos and darkness. The battle of Set and Horus was more than just a conflict between two gods. It was a symbolic struggle that represented the very heart of Egypt. It was the struggle between order and chaos, between light and darkness, between justice and injustice. The gods, in their wisdom, chose Horus not just for his strength, but for his ability to restore balance and bring peace to Egypt. This epic battle, filled with gods, magic, and divine tests, is one of the most important stories in Egyptian mythology. It wasn't just a story of revenge or conquest. It was a tale of destiny, one that shaped the entire civilization of Egypt and influenced how people understood the world around them. Horus, as the victor, became the symbol of kingship, of divine rule, and of the eternal struggle to maintain balance in a world full of chaos. And though the battle is long over, the echoes of Set and Horus continue to resonate through the sands of time. Their story is a reminder that the fight between order and chaos is a timeless one that shapes the world in ways we can only begin to understand. Make sure to like and subscribe